In 1994, which music show brought you the biggest bands?
Top of the Pops.
With the biggest hits?
Top of the Pops.
Which show brought you the most exclusive performances?
Top of the Pops.
The biggest thing in Europe.
And star presenters introducing the brightest new talent.
Top of the Pops.
Even bigger in 95, Top of the Pops, Thursdays at 7 on BBC One.
Now on BBC One, another battle of the champion, Telly Addicts.
Good evening and welcome to yet another champion of champions, Telly Addicts. Yes, do you just imagine that Telly Addicts has been going for 10 years? We could actually have a Telly Addicts about Telly Addicts. I mean, that'd be a great idea. Actually, it'd be a duff idea, because I'm a dunce when it comes to television. Do you know, in 10 years of Telly Addicts, I've only been able to answer one question, and that was about me. It was, how tall is Noel Edmonds? I got it wrong. It was rotten. You'd think... I said 6'3", and I think that's near enough, don't you? Anyway, they're here. Two lots of champions from 93 and 90. From 93, we've got the Browns. It's Diana, Peter, Jean and David. And the Browns are going to be against old bones from way back in the 90s. That's what they look like. Bill and Stephen, Jackie and Alex. And they're happy to be back here. The Browns against the Bones. There's quite a bit of tension here. Are they going to go top of the league? You've got to get some high point scoring. Diana, we're looking for something like 30, 31 points out of your team. Here's your clip.
What's that? Mouse droppings in there again. Can't keep them out of it. This place is full of mice. It's the river. Yeah. Not only mice. There's flies and wasps. Yes, well, it won't hurt them. It's not that. It's picking them out. You don't smoke, do you? No. And you shouldn't be smoking either, not in here. Why not? Because it's unhygienic.
Put me off the currant buns. Who were the two actresses?
Dante Nichols and Patricia Haynes.
Yes, very good, yeah. Excellent. Peter. And Peter got his car stuck in the sand. Oh, I love those desert rallies, the Gobi, Sahara. Where was it?
Wales.
Was it? Ah, you're a romantic kid. OK, have a look at this.
To be honest, if it was down to me, Bill, I'd tell Skinner right off the government should take over this cleanup.
I don't think that's the company view, Frank.
Exxon has the power to immobilize stuff from right around the world, but all of it's going to the hatcheries right now. Plus, once it gets to Valdez, it's out of my hands. Every son of a bitch, from the fishermen to Mickey Mouse, reckon they have a say in this. At least if Washington stepped in, we'd know who's calling the shots.
Frank, if that happens, people are going to say big oil can't keep its own house in order. I don't think that would be good for Exxon or the future of the industry in this country. We have to make it very clear that we can handle this.
Well, I just hope we can, that's all.
That guy's been around selling cheap anoraks, hasn't he? A clip from the award-winning Screen One, The Man in the Glasses. He's one of Hollywood's most used character actors. Can you name him?
No, I have to consult on that.
Yeah, can't say.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yes! Yes, Christopher Lloyd, very good. You got 3 points. Yeah, I remember you being the backbone of the Browns.
Oh, very nice of you to say so.
Or just along for the ride is another expression. OK, do you like game shows?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to love this.
Now, do you find this a funny name?
I don't.
You don't? Not in the least peculiar?
Not in the least.
No, that's fair enough. But we're going to start the questioning this time. We'll start with you, I think, Frank. We've done the circuit.
Do that. Do that. Have you, sir? Are you... Do be alive. Are you alive?
I am.
Oh, well done, sir. Thank you.
Actually, I should question that.
Yes. Yes. Are you in this room now?
Yes,
Are you on this panel?
I am.
Are you me?
That was a very early game show called The Name's the Same. Who was the host?
Bernard Aiden.
Yes, excellent. Well done, Jean. Now a clip from a long time ago when people used punctuation.
What is love? She asked. He answered, well... I couldn't do without. She asked, I'm sorry, the little left-handed, where have all your thoughts been this while? And he answered, with thee, my maiden.
Wonderful. Name the Great Dane.
Victor Borger.
Yes, indeed. 7 out of 8. What a great start. Oh, over to Bones. OK, Bones. Bill Bone to... Bill Bone sounds like something that would be next to the jawbone, really, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, carried that all your life, have you?
Indeed.
Bone gags. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, Bill.
That's right.
Are you going to back up this heap of old tin, or am I going to push you back?
What did you call my car?
No, but now don't start.
You shut your cake, I'll keep out. What did you call my car?
A heap of old tin, which, if necessary, I shall drive up to and push right the way back up to the other end of this lane.
And if you do, I shall push your teeth right the other way down the other end of your throat.
Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher in which Grand Prix? Who were the two men?
Leslie Phillips, Bernard Cribbins.
Yes, very good. Good 2 points there. All right, Steve.
You accept an invitation from a friend without consulting me?
I'm consulting you now.
Well, you can write to her and just tell her you can't go. It's absolutely out of the question.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I'm afraid it's all settled, Milosh. I can't go back on my word now.
Settled? Nothing's settled. I don't believe a word of it. A friend with a castle in Italy? What friend? You haven't got any friends as far as I know.
Rose Arbuthnot.
Rose Arbuthnot? I've never heard of Rose Arbuthnot.
Well, she's very nice. Everybody says so. Tell me if you'd like another helping of apricot tart.
No, I would not like another helping of apricot tart.
All right, there's no need to shout. Spotted dessert warfare there. A much-used British character actor. Can you name him?
Mr. Molinari.
Someone running an Italian restaurant in Penge. Hey, Mr. Molinari. You've made such a pig's ear of that I'm not even going to accept it as an answer. Do you want to give me an answer or pass it on?
I'll pass it on.
I think very wise.
Alfred Molina.
Sorry?
Alfred Molina.
It is Alfred Molina, yes. OK. This is Jackie, and Jackie's claim to fame is she bought a pair of hot pants the moment they became fashionable. They don't look like that. Hang on to them. This programme proves that fashions do come round in a circle and people can look quite trendy after a very long period of time.
And now let's have a look at our next one. The color of this is white and sort of yellow, orange yellow. This is what it is. Don't you think we ought to give this one to Daniel, too? Or should we give this to Bush?
Well, he can pass them on.
When I have him in this spot now, it seems to me the thing. We should start out with it. They don't smell.
Have to be a small cock to get those on, wouldn't it? Cocks fight at bantamweight, and if they were gloves, they'd have to be small. What was this extraordinary panel game called?
The Brains Trust.
Ah, no, you should have offered it a round. Would you have known?
Animal, vegetable,
Animal, vegetable, mineral. Blew it. Sorry. On to Alex. That stopped him smiling. Twizzling his moustache and looking quite confident.
Full of games just in time. You found me just in time. Changed my lonely life for that lovely day. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear. I found my way. Full of games just in time. You found me just in time. Changed my lonely life for that lovely day. You changed my lonely life, that lovely day. Yeah.
It's great, that last verse, how he went up for that header, wouldn't it? OK, who is it then?
Frankie Vaughan.
Frankie Vaughan, they've got 5. The Browns have got 7, the Bones have got 5. And here's a feature that is new to both of them. We open the book. In fact, it's a holiday brochure this week. The Viewing Companion.
Baby, get down.
Tonight, the wonders and joys of Seaside Special. This will not only prove what killed variety, it will reenact the crime. I mean, look at this clown. No, this clown. Here he is, water skiing, with the wind billowing in his hair. Yeah, I bet he wishes he could do that now. The show was subtitled, Let's See Who Can Wear the Widest Lapels. And every week they tried to beat each other. I mean, his jacket shouldn't have cost much. It's only 2 sleeves and 2 lapels. Aye, aye. Oh, looks like someone's sewn a ferret into his trousers. Ooh. The animal rights organisations helped to put a stop to shows like this. They didn't like to see dumb animals being made to dance, fish being made to talk. And as for this poor dog... And what became of the Seaside Special host? Well, one man became a beach hut attendant, and one poor cow ended up working with Mike Smith. And this wee lad went on to become head of makeup at the BBC. In fact, he still does mine. Very glum all the way through that. Which variety show was presented by, among others, Dickie Henderson, Robert Morley and Jim Dale?
Sunday Night London Palladium.
Sunday Night London Palladium. With which words did Billy Cotton start his Saturday evening shows?
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, 2 easy points there, and you'll note nothing to do with Seaside Special whatsoever. Which variety show was presented by, among others, Tommy Trinder, Don Errol and Norman Vaughan?
Same thing. Sunday Night London Palladium.
Yeah, who ended his Saturday evening shows by singing while rocking?
Val Doonican.
Val Doonican.
Yes. Yeah.
I'll give you 2 for that as well. There you go. Easy peasy. Easier than you were expecting. Charles, can we have the scores, please? Charles? Charles, what are you doing?
Oh, hello, Mr. Edmonds. Just trying to get a bit of the old avoirdupois, you know what I mean? Now, the first score, this early stage, is 7 to the Bows, 9 to the Browns. Sorry.
How tough have they been to each other? This is the point where they've made up the questions for their opponents. We're going on the box. Bones, could I have your questions, please, for the Browns? Who's going?
Jackie.
Me.
Jackie? She looks terrified. Absolutely terrified. Your questions, please, and who's going?
Me.
Diana.
Diana. Jackie against Diana in the confines of the box. Loosen up. Shrug those shoulders down. Go on, loosen up. They're not that bad. I think you'll probably get something. All begins now. Who played the 5th Doctor Who?
Colin Baker.
Peter Davison. Who was the original Zoe in May to December?
Pass.
Eve Matheson. Who was the first presenter of Come Dancing?
Pass.
Sylvia Peters. In Last of the Summer Wine, what is Compo's surname?
I don't know.
Simonite. Who played the title role in Mr. Palfrey of Westminster?
Pass.
Alec McGowan. Name Zoe Wanamaker's character in Love Hurts.
Sorry, don't know.
Tessa Pickett. Who starred with Peter Bowles in Perfect Scoundrels?
Oh, he's an Irishman, so I don't know.
Yeah, Brian Murray. Who played Sergeant Friday in the 1950s series Dragnet?
Jack Webb.
Yes! Who played Penelope Keith's husband in Executive Stress? Sorry for garbling that one, but I don't think it made a lot of difference. You got 1!
Well, it was 1.
That's good. Right. Say to yourself, I am in command. What was Gerald Lloyd Cookson III better known as?
Pass.
Cookie in Sunset Strip. Which long-running series was inspired by Les Miserables?
The Fugitive.
Yes. What was John Mannering, antique dealer, better known as?
The Baron.
Yes. Which of Charlie's Angels did Kate Jackson play?
Pass.
Sabrina. Who hails from Moonee Ponds, Australia?
Paul Hogan? No, Ben Maidner.
Gene Barry played Gene Bradley in which series?
Pass.
The Adventurer. Name the craft piloted by Stringfellow Hawke.
Pass.
Airwolf. What's the character name of the Bionic Woman?
Jamie Summers?
Yes! With whom did Peregrine the... Never got to it. But in case you were there, it was Muffin the Mule. And you got 3! After that little foray, we come to your part. Did you phone us last week? Why not? I only wanted you to identify this programme, and you should have phoned us and said it's the Generation Game. Well done to you. Yes, another Telly addict gets a video recorder and a remote control watch. Now, if you'd like to win an Aston Martin DB7, you're watching the wrong show. But if you want a game system and a remote control watch, I think we must have got a truckload of those, you know. These neighbours starred in which back-to-basics sitcom? 0891 114422. 0891 114422. I'll give you that phone number again at the end of this Champions round of Telly Addicts. Have a look. Connections. Connections. Now, remember, you're looking for the actors' names in this.
What are you doing here? I don't want him here. Tell him to go away. I don't know who you are.
Mr. Thompson, a brother-in-law.
Tell him to go away. Would you mind going into my office, please? We'd like a word with you. What is he doing here?
Well, naturally, being a German, I, of course, was on the other side.
He had no choice, had he?
Of course not. A lot of people did it. Hey, poor Melvin here, you know, he spent 6 years as a prisoner of war.
Oh, really? Whereabouts? Aldershot.
They call me a dunce at school.
And with Heidi there to show you up, you'll look even more stupid. So get down to it this winter and learn to read.
I can't learn to read. Would you like me to teach you? You could come to our house every night after school, and I'd teach you there. Would you like that? Yes, please.
Tell him to stop shouting. He's making me ill. Oh, Pete, stop it. She's not well.
Not well? Sally, she's dead.
Music was a clue.
Yes.
Yeah?
Only fools fall in love.
Yes.
Diana Ross.
Yeah, why do fools?
Why do fools fall in love?
Yeah, so it's leading up to...
Fools and horses.
Only horses. And horses, yes. Top left.
Gwyneth Strong.
Oh, yes, good. Gwyneth Strong. Cassandra. Top right.
Roger Lloyd Pack.
Yeah, Trigger. Bottom left.
Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Rodney. And bottom right.
Tessa Peake Jones.
Tessa Peake Jones. Played Raquel. Very good. You can't do better than that. Way back in 1990, when the Bones were our champions, we didn't have connection.
Since you've been gone,
You've ripped off virtually the entire wall.
That's right, Gordon. Unfortunately, I won't be able to repair it until August the 21st next year. Plastering and brickwork doesn't appear till issue 67. It's incredible, isn't it? With this easy, step-by-step guide, in no time at all, I've become an all-round handyman.
Will there be any prizes this time round at all?
Prizes?
The sighting land. Quite a number of the crew did actually spot it this time, and
I think not this time, unfortunately. I think the first time was fair enough. I think we'd all agree, being a rather special occasion and what have you. But I think if we make a habit out of it, it could get a little out of hand.
Well...
I mean, I'll have a word with the King and Queen, but I'd be very surprised, to be honest. We're on a very tight budget, as you know. Possibly an extra ship's biscuit or something.
All right, Roland, I've summoned up my courage. I've come to rescue you.
Don't you want to go to the toilet again, Mickey Mouse?
Oh, dear. I think I've just been.
you said that you'd be till the end of time.
Over where, man?
What is the update?
Come on, past the hitch!
Oh, you mean we're gonna escape? Great. Say, man, we got away! Give me your thumb Rooney. Yeah. Woo!
Musical clue?
Paul Young.
Paul Young. Leading us to the programme?
Young Ones.
Young Ones. Top left?
Aid Edmondson.
Aid Edmondson. Vivian. Top right?
We don't know his name.
We're
He's
stuck
Mike,
on that
but I don't
one.
know what his name is.
Oh, right. Bottom right.
Nigel Planer.
Yeah. Played Neil. Bottom left.
Alexis Sale.
Yeah. So you're stumped on top right.
His real name.
Christopher Ryan. Drop one there.
Yep.
So let's go over to our fitness fanatic, Charles. For the scores, please, Charles.
At this midway stage, it's 18 to the Bows and 22 to the Browns. And frankly, I'm absolutely all in.
Still in contention, no problem at all. Still very much in contention. Main clip, 6 riding on this.
Dix's facial injuries. How did he come by them?
Self-inflicted.
Are you serious?
You're facing a charge which could send you down for 10, 15 or 20 years. If you smack yourself in the eye or headbutt the bog, there's an outside chance you might just walk in a week. Wouldn't you do it?
Did you write down details of the robberies to jog Dix's memory?
No, sir.
Were you aware that he was under the influence of drugs?
No, sir.
Did you interview him for several hours before Poynton checked him in?
No.
Did you deny him access to a solicitor?
No.
Beat him?
No.
Deny him food? I think you did most or all of these things.
Prove it.
Imagine being able to wrinkle your nose like that. What is Neil Pearson's character called?
Tony Clark.
Tony Clark. He worked for CIB. What does that stand for?
Criminal Investigation Bureau. Complaints Investigation
Oh,
Bureau.
I'll give it on a recovery. Complaints Investigation Bureau. When he and Harry left the police, what did they do for a living?
A bit like Private Eyes type of
Yeah,
work.
Private Eyes. Tony Doyle played a sinister cop, later security chief. What's his name?
John Deakin.
Yes. In which show does Neil Pearson play the sex-mad Dave?
Drop the Dead Donkey.
Drop the Dead Donkey. How many non-speaking cops were there in the clip?
2.
Oh, you held up one finger there.
I was going 1, 2. I was cruising around that room.
2, you're quite right. You got the full 6.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's lovely. I love it. Not just programme knowledge, it's about observation as well.
Drop it.
Take a deep breath. Who plays Jane Tennyson?
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren. What rank is she exactly?
DCI.
Yeah, Detective Chief Inspector.
Yes. Who created the series?
Linda LaPlante.
Peter Capaldi and Strawn Roger both appear in this series. What recent series did they also both appear in? I Can Offer You Cracker, Chandler and Company, Spender.
I'm not sure.
Cracker.
Chandler and Company. He played Frank Ross in Out and appeared in Prime Suspect 1 and 3. Who is he?
Tom Bell.
Tom
Bell.
Tom Bell. How many non-speaking cops in the clip?
None. No.
None. They all spoke.
They all spoke.
Hold on.
Everybody.
Did the ginger haired guy?
Yes, he spoke. They all
Fine.
spoke.
Okay. They all spoke.
They all spoke.
Sorry.
You nearly dropped one in it there. None was the correct answer. OK, you dropped one on that round. And it doesn't really change anything in terms of who goes under the spotlight, first of all. We're with the Bones. Close enough to recover this one. And high scoring is what we're looking for. Remember, 30 points would put you equal top of the league. And we are starting with you, Bill. Now, in Rumpole of the Bailey, who plays Rumpole?
Pass.
Leo McKern. Look at this. Who's the children's presenter?
Andy Peters.
Yes. There were 2 detective shows, The Gentle Touch and Cat's Eyes, both featuring Jill Gascoigne as...
Pass.
Maggie Forbes. Stephen, the first series was called Police Surgeon. For the next 7 years, it was called...
Pass.
The Avengers. Look at this. Name the quiz.
Odd one out.
Turnabout. What sort of creature was Orinoco?
A womble.
Yes, Jackie. Here are the actors who have played husbands. Who's the TV wife? Paul Daneman, Ronald Hines and Jeffrey Palmer.
Wendy Craig.
Peter Davison, Paul Copley and Richard Beckinsale.
Pass.
Paula Wilcox. Peter Barkworth, Peter Egan and John Alderton.
Hannah Gordon.
Yes. Alex, who had a pet goat called Starry?
Pass.
Benny and Crossroads. Look at this, name the character.
Rick.
Yep.
Butcher.
Alex, what was the first... Oh. I'll give you Rick. It's Rick Butcher. And we didn't get as far as the first presenter of News Round, John Craven. And you scored 5. OK. Only a little bit needed to win, but it's amassing the points to put you up the league. And it starts with you, David, now. In Edward and Mrs Simpson, who played Edward?
Edward Fox.
Yes, look at this. Name the children's presenter.
Pass.
Neil Buchanan. There were 2 sitcoms, one on BBC and one on LWT, both featuring Lord Lustless of Crome Hall. Who played the Lord?
Pass.
Ronnie Barker. Jean, the first series was called Happy Ever After. For the next 8 years, it was called...
Terry and June.
Yes, look at this, name the quiz.
Password. Catchword.
Catchphrase. What sort of creature was Hector?
Dog.
Yes. Peter, here are the actresses who played the wives. Who is the TV husband? Paula Tilbrook, Susan Jameson, Linda Bellingham.
James Boland is
yes,
the last one.
Nanette Newman, Annette Crosby, Gwen Taylor.
Timothy West.
Keith Barron. Penelope Wilton, Prunella Scales, Felicity
Richard
Kendall.
Bryce.
Yes. Diana, who owned a dog called Willie?
Oh, in EastEnders, Ethel. In
Yes,
EastEnders.
look at this, name the character.
Curly Watts.
Yeah, which footballer presented Junior Crisscross Quiz?
Football.
Danny Blanchflower.
Oh.
And you got 7. To find out what that's done to the score, we go over to Telly Addicts' version of Mr. Motivator. Charles, how is the fitness programme going?
Doctor, I mean, should my heart be beating this fast? I'm sorry. Final score, 23 to the Bows and 29 to the Browns. And I do hope I'm here next week, Mummy. Oh. It really does hurt a bit, you know.
Oh, but it was great to see you again.
Thank you.
And you get the Champion of Champion Telly Addicts sweatshirts, and you get the book. And you get our very best wishes. It's good to see you 5 years on. Well done. But well done to you. And you would like to know where you are in the league. You're second at the moment in our league, so well done to the Browns. Extremely good going. And if you'd like to take part in our Telly Addicts competition, the phone number is 0891 114422. Identify this picture, please. Yes, come on, one of the all-time TV greats. And you could get a game system and one of those remote control watches. More champions for you next week, so don't miss the show. See you on Telly Addicts. Good night. Very good performance.